what's up, s'mores? The latest iPhone generation from Apple is the iPhone 16 line, and while iPhones are not my standard daily driver, I have taken this thing for a spin for the past 3 months to determine if it is the right one for you. In my full review, we will cover all the specs, including the newest AI features and enhancements that are brand new. The iPhone 16 comes in 5 different color options. Those include black, white, pink, teal, and ultramarine. The pink looks very refined in person. It starts at 128 gigs and it goes up to 512 gigs, ranging in price from $799 starting to $1099 for the highest storage option. Now, Apple includes a USB-C charging cable in the box, but that's it. Now, I am happy to see USB-C on iPhones now, which also means if you do need to transfer data via wired, you will get USB 2 data transfer speeds starting at 480 megabits per second, while the Pro and the Pro Max support even faster speeds. Now, around this time of year, especially during the New Year's, it's very easy to get phished. You might get a strange text message from UPS saying a delivery is delayed, or an email offering a coupon for something that you liked. There's a ton of after-holiday scams going on, but if scammers do not have access to your email address or your phone number in the first place, they would not be able to send those scams to your inbox or messages. Now, this is why I have been a customer of DeleteMe for many years, because they offer me peace of mind when it comes to my data online. See, data brokers make keeping this information out of the hands of hackers harder. They put data like your name, your physical home address, your phone number, and a whole lot more on their websites, making it publicly accessible to anybody in the world who might want it. DeleteMe works to remove this information from data broker websites on a quarterly basis. They send those opt-out requests and deletion messages for you so that you can spend your New Year's with your loved ones or doing what you love most. In my case, that would be lots of video games and probably going to sleep early because I don't stay up that late. All you have to do is go over to DeleteMe's website, sign up for an account, and tell them what data you want them to search for and remove. They do the rest for you, scouring the web and hundreds of data brokers to find matches, then sending those removal requests. DeleteMe is transparent about their privacy policies and is compliant with privacy laws, and they offer a holistic approach to cybersecurity that you can read about on their website. So if you are worried about where scammers and spammers keep on finding your phone number, or you need to take precautions to prevent stalking or scams, then DeleteMe is a product that I have recommended and I've been a customer of for many, many years. You can use the code SNUBS, that's SNUBS, for 20% off and see how DeleteMe can help you take your online privacy to the next level. Hit up joindeleteme.com/Morse code, choose how many people you want to protect, and sign up today. Thank you so much to DeleteMe for being my privacy assistant online when I have needed it most, and thank you for sponsoring this video. Now, this iPhone 16 feels really premium. It's rocking that aluminum frame around the edges with a very nice curved edge, and the latest ceramic shield front on the front of it right here, and a color-infused glass back. That's why it's so vibrant and really beautiful. This teeny tiny one is also lightweight. It's just 6 ounces or 170 grams for my metric friends, with a very nice compact size that makes it very easy to hold. You have got your action button too, which is over on the side, which now has some really super customizable controls. So anything from silent mode to camera quick actions. Like the name, it can take actions like setting an alarm, or you can use it to quickly open an app. On the opposite side is this brand new button. This is called the camera control. It's a new flush button that quickly opens and allows you to customize settings for your lenses. More on that one in the camera section of my review. I should mention it is IP68, 6 meters of water for 30 minutes. That's great for our snowy winter ski seasons when snow is bound to get in the grooves of these things. Now for the display. Now, Apple keeps this at 60 Hertz. I'm not a big fan of 60 Hertz. It does have a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. It's 2556 by 1179 resolution for 460 pixels per inch. It is very smooth and color rich. The 60 Hertz is definitely noticeable though, especially since I'm coming from Pixels and Samsungs, which are both much higher hertz. But it is very bright, 2000 nits peak brightness. They also have the True Tone and haptic touch. Those do add some very nice touches. lenses. You also have the dynamic island up at the top, which is still present. Now, the only thing that I found missing though with the iPhone 16, the smallest model, other than the faster refresh rate, is the always on display. It's just not a thing in this less expensive model. Now, if you do want to learn how to use any of the iPhone specific tools and buttons, by the way, watch the YouTube shorts on my page for quick and easy tutorials. Now, this is where the iPhone 16 really flexes, in my opinion. It's the cameras. It's got a dual camera system featuring a 48 megapixel main shooter. There's also 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. So whether you're snapping selfies or you're going for some artsy landscape shots, this iPhone has you covered. Apple's thrown in many features, even to the smallest and least expensive of the iPhone 16 models. We have got your normal time-lapse or slow-mo options. Those have a bunch of different resolution options too. HD resolution at 120 or 240 FPS, 720p at 240. Cinematic will give you some really fancy videos with lower apertures for that blurry background bokeh effect and some transition effects as well. Those can be either 4K 30 or 24 or HD 30. Now, regular videos can be recorded at several frame rates and resolutions as well. Those go up to 4K at 60 FPS. They also have this new spatial video mode. It's pretty cool. It'll take a spatial capture, which you can then watch in VR, like with the Apple Vision Pro. It's not necessarily one of those features that I think a lot of consumers are going to use, if ever, because a lot of people just don't have VR Apple Vision Pro headsets. I will say though, my photos are very, very crispy. Low light looks really good with both the ultra wide and the main lenses. There's also autofocus, which works great in the ultra wide lens too. So for example, macros look really good and I'm constantly taking product shots, so that's really useful for me. The natural aperture, even in low light, looks very good too, with a sharp subject and nicely blurred background with no sharp, odd looking edges around my clothes or around my hair. But portrait mode still gives you that kind of uncanny edge around your subject, so I generally try to avoid it. Now, one thing that Apple has done really well is when recording and switching between those two lenses, it's a very smooth transition. It's not a big jump or it almost looks like a glitch on some phones. Generally, I find that videos look really high quality, photos look well balanced. You do miss out on the telephoto lens that you get with the more expensive iPhones, but these are pretty awesome, even if they do max out at 2x zoom. You can also do 10x digital zoom, but I'll be honest, it's a potato. Okay, this camera control button. It is so controversial. People either hate it or they love it. In my opinion, it's a clever addition for folks who constantly use their iPhone for video and photography, but it takes quite a bit of practice to use quickly, and a lot of folks do not like the user interface of this button. Since I put a case on my phone, I recommend these really nice leather Nomad cases. I mean, this black one looks so good. It's so easy to put on my phone and it's very flush and it looks wonderful, but it does create a little bit of bulk on the side, so that does make it a little bit harder to use that camera button interface. But cases are for protection, so you might want to put a case on there anyway and just never use the camera button. So it's there if you want it. You don't have to use it. If you want to, you can disable it completely if it's just not something that you find useful, or if you find that you're accidentally clicking it a lot when you're holding the phone. That's definitely something too. Now, powering all of this is Apple's A18 chip with a 6-core CPU and 16-core neural engine. Translation means that the phone is very fast. Whether you're doing gaming, because yes, you can game on an Apple phone now, or multitasking or photo editing, all of these things are going to run buttery smooth. According to Apple's in-house testing, the battery is going to give you about 22 hours of video playback. If you're more of a music lover, Apple says that you can get up to 80 hours of audio playback, and with fast charging, you can juice it up to 50% in 30 minutes with a 20-watt adapter, which is not included. You've also got MagSafe wireless charging, giving you up to 25 watts with a 30-watt or higher charger, also not included. Now, personally, I'm seeing about 6.5 hours if I really try to drain the battery. In a real-world setting, though, when I'm taking this thing out and about, I take it out for a day, take some pictures, use it for navigation, for social media. I'm connecting to Wi-Fi and 5G. The screen is not constantly on, so I am getting it down to around 18% by the end of the day, day before I'm putting it on a charger and I'm falling asleep. And I have to say, that's quite good. It's gonna last me all day for my normal use. Now, the home screen customizations are pretty cool and they are very Android-like. I love that you can now put your apps wherever you want. You can customize the color for the icons. You can add little widgets. All of this is new for iPhones, but it is not new for Androids. So if you're coming from the Android ecosystem, none of this is going to be news for you. The lock screen pages can also be customized as well. You can swap the lock screen controls as you see fit. So Apple has been adding in a lot of customizations, and I really appreciate what they are doing. Now, Apple is really pushing its Apple Intelligence system, which helps you write and express yourself and get stuff done. At least that's what it says on the website. It's basically Apple's AI, and it's currently available in certain iPhones and languages as an iOS 18 update. I did get it on the newest update for this phone, so I have been testing it. So for example, the writing tools can proofread or rewrite your emails or texts, and you can use this across your device and apps. It'll generate summaries of transcripts that you've recorded to audio, which is really cool. Priority messages in Mail, which is not a new thing for Gmail. This will bring you important messages to the top of your inbox. Genmojis can be created right in your text, so you could create a rainbow kitten and AI will figure it out and make a cute little rainbow kitten. How useful is that? It's up to you. There's a new app called Image Playground that can help you create images in seconds just using descriptions or even an image from your photo library. They also have the new cleanup tool, which is basically the same thing as Magic Eraser on Android. So I have to say, I am happy to see that iPhone users now have access to a lot of these things that we have started to use over the past couple of years. Then we have Siri, which also got an upgrade via Apple Intelligence. Like now you can ask Siri to find things across your device. Like if you need to find an itinerary number for a flight or a departure time. Siri's also getting better at understanding human vocal cues. Like if you pause in the middle and say or then it will catch on and be able to follow the conversation even if you have those weird pauses or if you stutter or mess up in the middle of a sentence. Emergency SOS, I haven't had the opportunity, luckily, to use it yet, but there is emergency SOS via satellite. And even roadside assistance via satellite is a big perk that was sorely missing. So the way it works is if you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere with no signal, your iPhone can still connect via satellite to get a message out. That's seriously cool, and it's really practical. When I think about all these skiing or hiking adventures that I take these days, having a satellite connected device with me is a very nice safety net to have. I hope I never have to use it, but I practiced with their little demo, so I know how to use it in case I do. Of course, we've also got 5G for super fast internet on the go. There's Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 6E support. I've not had any issues with connections, and my FaceTimes with my sister and my calls with her, the quality for the audio as well as the video were excellent. So I would say the iPhone 16 is quite the powerhouse with its cute little stunning display, top-notch cameras. It's got that crazy fast A18 chip. It's not cheap, of course, it's an Apple phone. But for what you're getting, especially if you're big on photography or content creation, it's a solid investment. I find myself using this thing to record videos that I'm posting on my Sailor Snubs channel all the time because the audio and the video is perfect and I don't have to make any changes. And nobody has ever complained. So that's telling you something. Now, if you're still rocking an older, I would say iPhone 12 generation or earlier, this might be the upgrade that you have been waiting for. If you have something newer, you could probably wait another year or two to upgrade unless you really want to hop on that AI bandwagon. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.